watching cartoons, watching cartoons, watching cartoons, watching cartoons. Two dudes watching cartoons, 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 watching cartoons, watching cartoons, watching cartoons.
Welcome back to Two Dudes Watch Cartoons, the podcast where two dudes, that is us, watch cartoons. My name is Evan.
And my name is Alex, and I'm so glad to be back here with you. We've got an exciting holiday episode. Sure, why not? It's the holiday season, baby. And
Tis the season.
Before we get into that, we have with us great friend of the pod, former roommate to both of us at one point in life.
At
different points. Yeah, not the same points. Our great friend, Ashton O'Malley. Ashton, how are you doing?
Good morning from snowy and windy Chicago, you guys. I'm doing great. Thanks for having me.
Woo!
Of course.
We a lot of scheduling conflicts on my part. Time change. We're in 3 different time zones. We made it work though. We're all here. We did it.
And we almost
here.
did it this time, but thankfully, your lovely partner completed the marathon.
I know. Yeah, Nikki ran fast. She didn't
There's a
know
lot
that
at
she was
stake.
on the clock. Yeah, she didn't know. I couldn't put that pressure on her.
Baby
He's
got
on
a
the
PR
sideline
today.
Going, the podcast starts in 5 minutes. Run faster.
I'm on the sideline. No bathroom breaks. We gotta go. Yeah, no. That's too funny. Luckily, my job was to be the timer for her, so I had
Nice.
that natural instill of like, go, 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 go. So that was good. No, but so we're all here. I'm glad we're back. I love it. It's gonna be a good one. Today we're talking a
Lord of the
three-peat.
Ring. No, I'm just
No.
kidding.
God,
You're lucky
could
I'm
you
so
imagine-
easy going, Evan. I can.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ashton's like, okay, I mean, I can talk about that also. We're talking for the 3rd iteration,
Yeah.
Star Wars Visions on Disney
sir.
Plus. Now, I'm gonna be honest. When we first covered this, when was it? It was
Dude, a couple
3
years
years ago.
Yeah.
No, hold on. I can look. I got it right here. I feel like. Okay,
Must
it
be like 4
started.
years ago, dude.
It started in 2021, so we probably covered it very shortly
Yeah.
after that. So it has been 4 years. I never thought we would get to 3 seasons of this. Did you guys?
I was a little iffy after the first one. What about you, Ashton?
I
Or
was
second.
also iffy when the second season was announced. I wasn't too surprised because they announced it along with like season 2 of everything else, But
Right.
yes, we all saw season 2. I thought to myself, "There's no way they're pulling off a season 3," and I'm looking forward to talking about it because I was pleasantly surprised by season 3. So to be honest with you, yeah.
I
didn't
am in the
think
same boat, Ashton. I was ready for this to be a bit of a chore, and I breezed through these episodes like,
too.
give me more, yum, 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 yum. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I'm excited to get into them too. But I in the era of streaming, in the era of a writer's strike, of all this, it is so rare that I feel like we've gotten this many episodes, especially Disney Plus, their history of just being like, this was just a one-time thing we did. Like, this very much had the hallmark of like, hey, we did this for y'all. Hope you enjoyed it.
Right.
But it must be getting some really good positive fan reactions because they keep going. And you know what? Because of how it's made, it must be easy for them to make.
Yeah. We're talking 15-minute episodes, right? So, and these studios
Short episodes.
pretty much handed an opportunity to do a dream. It's like, oh, I get to write a Star Wars story.
And I have a strict deadline, I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus, also short, like project-wise, you're outsourcing this. I'll say to
Right.
a dozen different studios every season, so it's not like anyone is overburdened or
They're literally
backlogged.
making one episode.
Yeah.
Yes.
So for those who are not familiar, who have not
Please.
listened to Ashton's wonderful appearances, thank you. This is a 3rd time on the pod. This is the 3rd season of an anthology series of
You can
Star
jump in.
Wars. Yeah, you can jump right in. There's no backstories other than like the generic, general pillars of the Star Wars universe. You got to know there's Jedis, there's the Force, they're in space. That's basically it. But
I'm
this is
going
an
to argue
anthology
you don't
series.
even need to know that. I'm
Fair
going to
enough.
argue jump in.
Yeah.
Yeah, so these are each little vignettes. Each episode is animated, written by a different studio, It's not like there is
Connective tissue.
yeah, like a Kevin Feige at the helm, like
Yeah.
dictating what has to happen in these stories, and that's sort of the beauty of the series. So their third season, 27 episodes, I think now, about 15 minutes each. But yeah, if you haven't dug in yet, they're on Disney Plus. They're really awesome. We're gonna dive right in. There's not really backstory to fill in. Oh, I guess that is a new thing
Sequels in there actually. So
with this season.
there
Is
is.
this the first season with sequels? I couldn't remember if 2
That's
had
true.
any.
Yeah.
There's no 2 had no sequels. I think
Okay.
there's. I hope some nerd out there can correct me if I'm wrong right now. They probably
That's
are.
fine. We don't know. Well,
don't know.
so the first
There's
one
definitely
of the
sequels.
season, the first one is definitely a sequel.
Yep.
I'll be honest. I was enjoying my time so much.
Mm-hmm.
What was the other sequel?
You know what? It was the Ninth Jedi sequel. So the arguably the most well received one from the first season. The survivors of that fight are escaping in a ship, and the main girl gets caught in some derelict ship somewhere, and she's also trying to evade the bounty hunters and makes friends with that droid who's constantly saying his own name.
And that was one of the best ones. Of
It was
this
one of the
season.
best ones.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There-
okay.
There's the third sequel too. There's a third sequel.
Oh, what? Okay.
There is.
Episode let me see, episode 6, The Lost Ones, which follows the events of the Village Bride from the first one. So that's the one with the lone Jedi on the sort of ship of refugees. He had like the mechanical
Yeah.
cyborg leg. Yeah,
I didn't pick up on that.
I didn't connect that. Oh my god! I'm gonna have to
and
watch it
granted,
again.
it has been like 3 years since
Yeah.
that one 15-minute episode came out. So
Yeah.
it's not like there's a lot of pattern recognition to be built.
And it's not. But I also think this is important. It's not crucial that you see
Yes.
these other ones to fully enjoy what we saw here.
This is true.
Now, I don't want to undercut this whole episode and get right to the chase, but
Good.
Ashton and Alex, both of you have alluded to your expectations coming into this were at a certain point.
Yeah.
And overall, you're saying it exceeded them. Where would you slot this in? How would you rank the 3 seasons
Oh,
in order?
I got mine.
you do have yours?
Do you need a second?
I
You
can
know what?
get
Yeah, I
Ashton
got
a
mine. I got mine.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
want to go first or second?
Sure, I can go first. Thank you. 1, 3, 2. Yeah.
1,
and
3, 2.
1, 3, 2.
Mine goes.
I was torn.
3, 1, 2.
I was torn between doing 3, 1, 2.
Yeah.
I think there's obviously just like a lot of originality kind of in that first one, which I really appreciate.
Oh yeah.
And actually, so Evan alluded to this, earlier. There's a lot of really good gems here. Some stuff that really isn't groundbreaking. I would say most of it isn't groundbreaking, but the best part about it is there isn't this one like person. There's no Dave Filoni at the helm here dictating whatever.
That's who I couldn't remember the guy.
That's right. No, but at the very least, it's like, you're also through a handful. I'm just gonna start.
Hands off.
No, I'm just kidding. There was just something special about the fact that it's like, hey, you're in the Star Wars universe, go play. Make me a 15-minute story, whatever you want. And if for nothing else, if you like Star Wars, that's why you should watch this series, because it's just a bunch of people that just like get together and they want to write a story about something in the universe, and it's not another Clone Wars spinoff.
It is such a testament to, or it's like such a monument to creativity in a time where everything is a reboot and a sequel. If you're gonna use property of like that's been around for decades, this is what you should be fucking doing.
And it's particularly frustrating because everything that is right about this series is everything that's
wrong?
going wrong with like the flagship Star Wars properties. Like they refuse to take any risk. They refuse to deviate from the Skywalker saga, even though when Disney bought Lucasfilms, I thought the whole thing was to move away. Like we're gonna just start building away from the Skywalker saga and do stuff, and they haven't really done that yet. I'm probably just being a contrarian dick here, though. Like I would put number 1 obviously first. The magic is hard to capture again.
Oh my god, Evan's about to tell us he did not like this.
No. I don't.
Pick up on that too.
I don't
disagree with that.
I don't know where, if I can confidently play. Like I would put this on equal footing with 2, and I'll tell you what. Season 2 as well.
Wow. Okay.
Ashton, like you said,
Mm-hmm.
nothing groundbreaking here.
Yeah.
So every episode was watchable. There was maybe one that wasn't exactly my jam, but overall, like in season 2, the few highs to me felt higher,
Oh,
and the lows were definitely lower. But like where this one was like an even keel, fun thing throughout. Each standalone story like got what I wanted out of it, but like as a whole, none of them, like none of the episodes individually stood out to me like my favorite one or two episodes of season 2.
What are your highs from season 2, if you can remember, that are so memorable to you?
The stormtrooper, the French rebel circus, and the stormtrooper. I forget what that one was called.
yeah, that was easily the best
Um,
season. What was it?
The Spy Dancer?
Spy Dancer.
So that was-
I loved the little felt world one with the
Oh, I
crystals and
knew
the
you
singing.
loved that one. Owl's song or whatever it is. You love
Owl's
Yeah.
song. Yep.
that. Yeah.
I like that. But now that I'm thinking, I might be shortchanging. What's the one where the stormtroopers just dying in season 3 and like hallucinating?
That's the very last
That-
episode. It's
That's
literally
very
the last one.
That one's probably I need to rewatch.
Yeah.
That one was
what a-
one I forced myself to rewatch.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, even the sequels, like they were awesome.
They were.
Being back in those, but like I don't know. I'm torn. Season 3 was fantastic throughout, but it just didn't. I don't know. It never
You know what?
soared for me.
Alex, I think by the end of this, we're going to convince Evan to redo his ranking. I'm pretty confident. Of that.
Yeah.
I'm welcome to it.
And maybe I will.
Okay.
I don't know. I'm also open to it. I have to say that like I just spilled coffee on myself first of all, but you know, for me it's kind of like, and don't get me wrong, I am not comparing this to Andor by any means, but what I'm saying is when I'm first watching something, what makes me realize like I kind of have an aha moment, I go back to rewatch and I went, wait, do I like this? Oh my God, I like this, you know? And like, that's what it was for me the first time I was watching Andor, because like who asked for a series about Cassian Andor from Rogue One? Not me. Turns out it's the greatest thing of all time. But like, that's how that started for me. And there were a couple episodes in season 3 where I was like, wait a minute. I like what you're doing here.
For
I'm
sure.
gonna watch this again. Anyway, all right, I digress.
Yeah. Let me let my cat out.
For sure. This episode's actually was our Trojan horse to talk about Andor. Since we
Evan,
took too
we'll
long.
set us. We'll
Did
set
you
aside a
did you
full
watch
2
that?
hours.
Ashton, did you jump right into Andor, or did it take you a while to like
Jumped right
dig
in.
into the season?
So
Okay.
it's-
Yeah.
so here-
Alex, you're the one that took a while.
That's right.
I
Alex
took a
was
while.
checking out, but I remember when he texted us watching it, and I think I was in public, and I was like,
Nothing more exciting.
was
I
like,
love it.
wrong? I
If I'm
should-
not gonna get
I'm watching
spoiled,
it.
yeah. If I'm not gonna get spoiled, sometimes I like to binge it. So I'll just let
Yeah.
it. I'll wait.
Oh, dude,
For
I
sure.
just-
For sure.
Yeah, we could talk all day.
I think
Don't let me.
I bet if you go back to our first Star Wars Vision episode together, we're probably all on record saying, "Who asked for a fucking series about Cassian Andor?"
100%.
I'd be like,
Nobody
why?
asked for it.
Yeah.
And I remember when I was at a bar and I saw a trailer for it, and somebody, I think it was Eric, he nudged me, he goes, "You excited, dude?" I'm like, "For what?" No, I'm not fucking excited, because like I think like Mandalorian had just come out, Book of Boba Fett had just come out, and I'm just like, I
It
don't
was.
give a fuck, you know?
Yeah.
So,
They had really forced us to not give a fuck with everything they were announcing.
but the magic of this, though, which I really hate that Disney has me in a chokehold like this, if it's Star Wars related, I can't not watch it. I just can't. Acolyte, I can't even hate watch anymore, but you better believe every Tuesday night at 9 p.m., I watched every episode that came out, because I couldn't.
Wow.
I can't not watch something Star Wars.
I got about 3 episodes in, and I was like, I just don't
was-
care.
Wait, we don't have. We can write it. We can do an episode about that too, about how like it's the most atrocious writing of all time. But we don't have to. What?
Oh wait, I liked it.
Oh,
Did you like it, or did you just like Manny Jacinto?
I love Manny Jacinto. You do have a good point there. I love Manny.
whoever plays Master Soul, I liked him, but
Yeah.
you know,
Oh, yeah, the Squid Games guy.
Yeah, the Squid Games guy. Yeah. So
I don't want to be mean, but I mean, like, if you really like that show, you can go fuck yourself. So
he
That's
doesn't
the
want to be
polite
mean
way to
though.
put
Doesn't
it,
want
yeah.
to be mean. Look, I think what my whole takeaway, whether you like Acolyte or not, there's Obi-Wan, there's this, there's like, oh, you didn't like it, Obi-Wan either.
Sucked, yeah.
Obi-Wan was so bad.
It's
I'm
not
sorry.
like the
10-year-old Luke Skywalker didn't get chased through the desert by an Inquisitor. He just didn't. I watched that
did.
scene happen. And
I watched it. I watched it happen, Ashton.
I saw it unfold.
I
saw
watched
it
it happen.
happen.
When this didn't happen. I don't.
You guys want to know the great thing about generative AI and and the future of media is pretty soon we'll all be able to put on our own fucking
Oh, yeah.
VR headsets
Do you
and
guys not
envision
recall
whatever
Darth
fucking
Vader
lore we want.
half-mast yanking a ship out of the sky?
That was ripped.
You didn't kill Anakin Skywalker. I did.
And the internet.
That's literally
That would be
okay.
awesome.
With that is literally the whole like prequel. They all refer to Darth Vader killing Anakin, so he's not like that's not revolutionary. That's not
No,
like
it's not.
oh, what bad writing.
I know.
No,
Yeah, that's
very canonical writing.
No,
is.
that went hard on Tumblr.
No, the internet.
Ass, you know I love Tumblr.
Where Ben Kenobi, his Force Ghost, is talking to Luke, and he goes, "So what I told you was true from a certain point of view." And then people stitch that with the Obi-Wan scene, and they go, "Oh, that's what he meant." Like, yes. Are you fucking dumb?
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying. People over-grandsized it, but
Yeah.
like it was good. It was good. Okay,
That's
I'm
a
shocked.
media literacy, folks.
Yeah. We could do a whole podcast about
Yeah.
media literacy. It is at an all-time low. I have to not engage with anything online because they're some of the most atrocious takes that I genuinely think they are rage bait. I've come to the conclusion that most of it's rage bait.
But that's the issue with the flagship Star Wars stuff right now. Is like the assumption is there's zero, which is probably a fair assumption of the audience. Like, so they like spoon feed everything.
Correct.
Everything is a Easter egg that points to like, make sure you see this.
Yep.
This is a reference.
Yeah.
This is from
you like
fucking Clone Wars.
Look, there's a guy here from Clone Wars and Revenge of the Sith in real time. You know,
Yeah.
That's the Dave Filoni.
that was one of the funniest tweets I've ever seen. Where it said it was quoting people, so it said Dave Filoni, and his quote was, "Remember Jed Bedshitter from my cartoon? Here he is in live action." And then it did Tony Gilroy's quote. It said, "Tony Gilroy, it is always okay to throw pipe bombs at police." Like those are the takeaways from the two different characters, and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
we can edit that out. That's fine.
No.
That-
It's important.
It is. It's
did Andor season 2 end up with any Emmy like?
It was
Emmy
nominated.
awards?
I think it got snubbed.
That's not didn't
I
win.
think it got snubbed.
That's such a shame because it is like once in a lifetime type stuff.
It really is. I
Yeah.
can watch it whenever. I teared up twice. I can tell you both times I teared up exactly when and why. And
Can't swim.
Tell us.
oh yeah, do I tell you right now? Okay, yeah, got you.
Yeah.
For all of our listeners out there, spoilers, obviously. So, very first time I teared up is when Cassian gets back and he's ready to tell Bix that he's all done with the rebellion. He wakes up and he's reading her message. I tear up when you hear the audio from his message and he's sprinting to the landing pad, even though he knows full well she's already gone. But he is just running for his life to try to catch her. I teared up in that part. The song is also incredible. And then, of course, I teared up at the very end when obviously Cassian goes off to do his mission at the Ring of Kafrene, and there's somebody watching him on Mina Rao, and it's Bix, and of course she has his kid. And I saw that. I think I audibly went. I think I audibly made a noise. I was like, oh.
Like one of those, yeah. So a noise just left your body.
Was there controversy surrounding that ending? Did people feel it was
Excuse me?
too-
I don't know.
Who's people?
the baby?
What about the baby? It
Like
exists.
trying to leave
It's
a foot
beautiful.
in
No,
the door.
I think it's just actually I see what you're saying. I think in what we were just talking about in the modern age of Disney and with reboots and everything, it's like, oh, are you trying to say Cassian's story isn't done? I didn't take
didn't
it
even
like
think
that.
about that.
I took it as we all know what happens to Cassian, obviously. So he goes off to his mission, but it's almost like it's leading a little bit of life there for him. Like it's a win for him. That's how I see it. Not like the story continues. It's like he's going to go do this thing and be the catalyst to one of the greatest, fights of the victories of the rebellion ever. Good for him. But also like here's a personal win for him. He has love of his life.
Andor
I would say it's a tragedy. It's like the tragedy
Andor
of
is yes.
Yeah.
It is
Absolutely.
all the tragedies of war and rebellion and the necessary sacrifices. And she knows she could not tell him
Yeah.
he had
'Cause it
a
was something,
child
yeah.
coming. Because look at what he goes on to do. She was right. She was right in that decision. It's hard It's a real hard, gritty decision that people don't have to think about in our cushy lives, but in war times they need to make those decisions. And she made the hard call, and it's a tragedy. He'll never know, but he will. He lives on through that.
He lives
trial.
on, exactly. That's
It's
how
beautiful.
What's the
Crazy.
Skarsgård line that goes hard? I fight for a sunrise that I may never see. Like,
That's
whatever.
Right.
dude.
You make a sunrise I know I never see.
It's so good.
The whole
It's
monologue.
so good.
Yeah.
Man,
I got chills from you guys saying.
Yeah, I've been really thinking hard about my first tattoo ever, and I have to be honest with you, I've always wanted the rebellion symbol, but I have to change it now because I kind of wanted to say I have friends everywhere.
Oh,
So
you don't want the whole Namix. Oh, I didn't mean to show me like Namix Manifest.
yeah, right.
Festo just down the side of you.
Right here? No, I don't. I don't want to do that.
We're gonna
Although I
probably get
definitely wanna-
demonetized on YouTube for that. Just kidding.
I feel like that actor, if he
That
saw
also-
that, he'd be like, "That's weird, man. Don't do that."
I found the manifesto to also be really like just incredibly resonant when they brought it back in season 2 when it's broadcasting in the penultimate episode, I think it was.
Yeah, the second
when they're playing
right before the fact that it was being listened to by Major Particle.
We
yeah.
are Garmin.
And then he shoots him. Oh,
Yeah,
Dude,
and they
it's
just
so
cut away. It's
all
so
right.
good.
It's an
Yeah,
Andor
it's an
podcast now.
Andor
No, just
podcast.
kidding.
No, it's
I would.
Hey.
It's all Star Wars, so it's
all Star
important.
Wars.
It's all
Star
important.
Wars.
to
You
what we're
guys
talking
want
about.
anybody listening wants to talk Star Wars in general? Let us know. I'll come back. And,
So that is our 20-minute endorsement to go listen to Andor.
and that was cartoon.
Yeah, let's jump back to Visions though. But just to bridge the gap a little here, what we like about Andor, what we like about Visions, is they have presented in Star Wars this vast galaxy with many people across it, with many stories, many mythologies, many people that the Jedi and the Sith interact with. But the mainstream movies are like, but we're just going to focus on this little bit right here. And it's like, you guys have had 9 movies, and that's why people love Rogue One. That's why people love Andor. And that's why I think this is such a hit. Because even the episodes that are more like a slice of life of a place in the galaxy, I fucking love that shit. That is like what I want so badly because they tease us with it in the movies. And we don't end up getting to see all of that. This is our chance to see these stories.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
for that very same reason, Alex, I'll say that I agree with everything you said, and that's why I love it. But it also leads to some of the reasons I get annoyed with some of these episodes because, and we've talked about this in the first season and the second season, where it's like you have this vast universe that we've only seen like none percent of with trillions of beings, and you choose to focus on the Galactic Civil War with stormtroopers and rebels, and I'm just kind of like, you had a blank canvas, you know. So
Yeah.
and there's still moments of that in season 3 too, as well. And I'm being petty as well. The first one I'll say when we talk about episode 1, you'll catch
Yeah.
on. But either way, I'm ready. Let's dive in.
Let's dive in.
Yeah.
Episode 1
Okay.
is our first sequel. It's the duel, payback.
Oh, I thought it was the dual part 2. I was gonna be like, well, clearly that's a sequel. So,
Yeah.
it's the dual payback. Okay.
This one instantly to me though, I was like, oh wait, have I seen this? I had to like check. I didn't know that they were doing sequels. So before we actually dive into it, how do you guys feel about them doing sequels at all?
I think they're okay.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind it. I don't know how I feel.
I
This
feel
one,
like
I think, was
understand
maybe the weaker of the 3 sequels in this.
Yeah.
But I'll agree with that too. I feel like through my computer right now, I can see the same wheels turning for Evan that are turning for me. Where it's like I appreciate the continuation of the story, but then at the same time, I'm like, doesn't it take a little something away from the fact that you're supposed to take just a 15-minute slice of life,
That's
right?
what I'm about to say here is, does
Takes a little
it
bit off.
not ruin the anthology spirit of what we have going on here?
Exactly.
A little bit, yeah.
It does, actually. It's exactly what it is. And apparently, before we get too far ahead of my skis here, there's rumors that ninth Jedi, the one from season 1 and the season 3 one, apparently it's going to be a series. So, yeah.
Oh, I don't know how I feel about this being
I
a
don't either.
testing ground for series. if I'm
Right,
being
I've already
honest.
seen reasons.
Well-
Like, oh, let's turn everything into a series. I mean, of course, there's a fucking Darth Maul series coming out, and I just don't.
Well, I'm kind of interested in that. How do you get all Darth Molly?
I just don't give a fuck.
Better or worse than Obi-Wan? Darth Maul.
Same, the exact same. It's going to be the exact same. I bet
Same.
he fights the Inquisitor. I bet he fights the Inquisitor. I bet he finds yet another Jedi that survived Order 66. Because at this point, we'll have like 100 that survived, only 4 that.
No, because he doesn't. He dies well before Order 66.
Wait,
what?
let's not.
Darth Maul?
No.
We gotta.
Oh, you just pissed off a bunch of nerds.
No. He what? Darth Maul is not stricken down in Phantom Menace?
Clone Wars, baby.
Yeah,
He's
Clone
in
Wars.
Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I haven't watched all of it, I guess.
He survived. That's like a crucial
It
through
is.
line of.
Oh yeah, I guess he is in it. Yeah.
And
no,
then
okay.
where this comes back in is what
characters. So I'm just saying.
is Solo. He's the big
Solo's-
villain reveal in the post credits.
Oh my god, I
Well,
don't
look
even
at this,
remember
right?
that.
Remember this guy from your favorite cartoon? Here he is.
Yeah.
Look at this.
I love Darth Maul.
Remember?
Fuck, maybe
Amelia,
I'm basic.
Amelia
I'm
Clark
basic.
betrays him, but she was working for. It's revealed to be Darth Maul at the end, which
okay.
means that movie that flopped 8 years ago. Now, what was
Is
that?
relevant.
Is relevant, and are they gonna close that loop? Are they?
No.
Do we have to see Darth Maul again?
No, they're not
Okay.
going to close the loop. And the entire series is a
And this is the problem
that
with
already
Star
came out.
Wars.
He's got a double-sided lightsaber. What more could you ask for?
Yeah.
This is our daily reminder to go watch our YouTube to check out
No.
Ashton's reaction.
But I think the underlying feeling that we're all feeling about Darth Maul is like it's tedious. I felt the same feeling watching Clone Wars when it's like, oh, he's alive, he's got his bottom half chopped off, they're adding mechanical legs, he's got like
This is all
spider
ringing
legs
a
or
bell
some
now that
shit.
you guys say this.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't what are we doing here?
I
This is
I
just
read,
kids playing with action figures. Like
And
that's
Clone
all
Wars
Dave
is
Filoni
canon?
shit is.
I read that so apparently George Lucas told Dave Filoni, he goes, bring back Darth Maul, and Dave responds with, well, he got cut in half, and George just said, figure it out. And I can 100% see
he's a
that
spider now.
conversation going
Hear
down.
me
Like,
out, though.
Go
I
ahead.
love it.
yeah.
Why is that a bad thing? Okay, fine.
It's not a.
I'm
it's
being
not a-
basic. I get it.
To your point, Ashton, to your point,
Yes, thank you.
I feel like the duel specifically with its sequel, it takes a little bit away, a
Yes.
little bit of the magic of the first one away because it's like
And in particular, the part that I didn't like. So I'm going to rewind back to the first season. We're talking about the duel, and something we actually like about it. I remember I called out Alex saying, "We actually don't know if this guy is a Sith. We don't know what he
Right.
is. He's just a guy with a red lightsaber, collecting a bunch of other red crystals. We know nothing about him, and that is the coolest part of the whole damn thing." And then when she instantly, when like the new bad person or whatever looks at him and goes, "Oh, you're the Sith hunter," I was kind of like, all right, like it took off a little bit of that for me because you take some of that mystery out, and then again, you're pinpointing it to just this one sliver of the Star Wars universe. So I got on my high horse a little bit about that. Same with like I loved when like who's entering the orbit right now? The Crusaders. I'm like, oh, who are the Crusaders? And it's led by like a former bad Jedi, and I kind of like that too. But then again, it kind of like it kind of takes a little bit off because like it looks like they fought each other at one point, and maybe he was a Jedi at one point. We don't actually do we know? Actually, I can't remember. But either way, I was like in conflict between okay, you've got the creativity, but then you're also like backing into a space that we're all familiar with. So that was me being petty right there. I still enjoyed it. You know what I mean?
yeah. According to Wikipedia, they are a breakaway sect of the Jedi, the Crusaders.
Clearly.
I liked seeing the Ronin again, like Ashton. It was a good episode, but then leaving the episode, there was part of me that was like, I do just kind of wish they were leaving him one and done. And I don't know how to describe it. Like, there wasn't like a moment where I was like, we didn't need this. This wasn't necessary. Episode was cool. I enjoyed it. I was excited in the moment, but when I left it, I was like, I just wish I just wish it was all anthology. And especially to hear that there's something's going to get its own series. I just
Yeah,
That's
the
not
Ninth
my
Jedi
vision.
thing. The Ninth Jedi thing. Now that I think about it, Ninth Jedi is probably the weakest of the follow up.
you don't like
Entries for me.
Chihiro Jedi?
Is
She looks just like the girl from Spirited Away.
Oh,
yeah. I didn't. That one didn't. do
that
it for
reference
me.
went over my
I
head.
don't know.
I don't see
Did I
Spirit.
just out Ghibli you? I've never done that
You
in my life.
out-Ghibli'd me. It took me. I did not get the reference at first. Wow.
Studio
looks just
Ghibli,
like
not
her.
Studio Ghibli?
Ghibli. It's GIF, GIF.
Yeah.
We're all
I
in
just had a GIF conversation
We're just-
with somebody.
we're just
like
three
me,
white guys here.
And she ended up being
Just
right.
three white guys. You know? Uncultured white guys.
Change the name of the podcast. Two dudes.
Yeah.
Cultured white guys. That actually might do really well. I don't
Really
know.
smart. Yeah, we might actually get numbers with that.
Yeah.
And then people see that one of us is Asian. They'll be like, what the fuck?
Wait, this is our ticket. Two white guys. Wait, we pitched this
Two
to
uncultured
Fox
white
News.
guys. Yeah, and then one's
Two
Asian.
uncultured
People will be
white
like,
guys.
what?
Three uncultured white guys want to comment on the Oklahoma University paper. Let's do it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, our podcast tool is just a vehicle for us to. We found it. We figured
gonna
it
make
out
it
after
big.
all these
We're-
years.
Yeah. We hard pivot, just like our girl Candace Owens. Hard pivot into a right wing grifter.
Oh my god.
Ronin was an okay start. It was fun.
Yeah.
The villain.
Hear me out.
We're
I
listening.
don't think it should have been the start.
Oh.
There you go.
I actually
that's-
think that maybe it should have been the finale. I know that sounds crazy, but I don't, and we can get into it later, but I actually thought the finale was a fine episode. It was a bad finale, in my opinion.
Yeah,
agree.
bad
Actually,
debut. Yeah.
I think there would have been, it would have actually maybe added a little bit more because you start with the duel in the very first season and to end season 3 with the sequel to that.
Right?
Kind
Yeah.
of maybe would have added a little bit to it. Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
It's just like there needs to be someone who like is very well versed in making playlists for people. Like you don't start
Dude,
with
it's an
you
art.
start with something, in this case new, so
An
people
attention
go into Star
grabber.
Wars Visions. It's something new there, and then you drop in a Ronin follow up.
Right.
It's a nice
Yeah.
little surprise.
Honestly,
It's
that'd be great too.
you don't
Actually, yeah,
start with
make it like a little surprising too and call it something else. Then you get there and you realize, oh shit, wait a minute. Like that
Yeah.
actually would be, man. Damn it, Evan.
Right.
Get it.
Because
Yeah, I
that's the
should
way
work
you
for
do it is
Lucasfilms.
you want to jump in and be like, oh my God, wait, is this a
Are they doing
sequel?
sequels? Yeah,
Are
yeah,
they doing
exactly.
it? Yeah, you're right. You're so right.
That's a sweet idea. I like that.
So
Because part of the
let's-
mystery was like just watching this guy, and then I remember in the first one, the most epic moment was him fighting, and then zoom, and we're like red
Yeah.
lightsaber. So yeah, we need a moment like that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that said, you know, all positive to mixed reactions to.
Yeah. All things considered, solid
The sequel.
entry. You
Fine
know,
episode.
nothing groundbreaking. Again, it's a sequel. It's fun. Did you need it? Probably not.
It's got
Nothing
the
added, nothing
helicopter lightsaber. What do you guys think about
was
that?
that the same lady?
I think it was the
this-
same lady. Yeah.
Oh,
it the
no,
same?
I gotta be honest. I remember watching this and being a little bit confused, and I don't think it's the same lady. I think it's just another. I don't know.
Just another umbrella lightsaber.
Just another umbrella.
Like,
Okay.
the fact that
Cool.
I didn't know was like enough for me to actually be a little bit annoyed. Where I was kind of like, what
That
the-
peeved me too. It's
Yeah,
like
Hear me
yeah.
out. Is that an impractical weapon?
Yes.
yes,
I don't actually think that's helping much.
as much chance of hitting your opponent as yourself is the issue. So that said, let's actually before we move to the next episode,
Yes.
I think I have more potential to shift your guys' rankings between 3 and 2 as we go through these discussions.
Challenge accepted.
Yeah, challenge accepted because I think it's bullshit. So,
I think I have found myself a judge here, and I love this. Okay.
Okay. So
Next one.
Let's get to the first
Oh.
new episode of
Yeah, which
the
is-
season, which
please
is
refresh my memory. Actually, I'm gonna
the
do
Song
yeah.
of Four Wings with the
Song of
little
Four
club.
Wings.
Boom, boom, boom. She's riding a thing. She's got an R2D2 guy.
That's right.
Princess
And then-
turned rebel protects a child from the might of the empire.
Yep.
The TLDR is she's bumping club hits,
Yep.
and then she turns into a mecha and shoots not the Death Star, an AT-AT. How do you pronounce that as an uncultured white guy?
So, as an uncultured white guy, I can tell you, I've always done my acronyms as the letters, so I've always said AT-AT. Now, there's some media where it
Okay.
says AT-AT. However, in the aforementioned Rogue One, which we all love, that alien POW, when the AT-AT shows up, what he's actually screaming is AT-AT. So
AT-AT.
he curses, he says Carabast, and when the scene where he's like opening his jaw wide to scream, he's screaming AT-AT, and he's telling everyone there's an AT-AT and to run.
I've always said AT-AT, but I imagine it's kind of like a regional dialect thing. Like different areas call them different things.
Yeah.
Which I think is fair
Southern.
because again, we're talking about like, trillions of beings here, but then you ask Dave Filoni and he's gonna be like Mandalorians. So
Where are we at with the movie news? What do we know about?
I actually
Mandalorian
do
and
have a little
Grogu?
bit of news. It's going to be a 90-minute episode where nothing happens. So
Wow.
You had me in the first.
Revolutionary for them. Where did they learn such a technique? A 90-minute episode where nothing happens. That's
I promise you, I promise you that's what it's going to be, with like maybe some solo Easter egg at the very end.
There will be one Easter egg at the end, no doubt.
No
you
doubt.
think Solo? Solo's a good guess. What do you think?
No, I don't even think he'll do that. I think
I have my guess. You're gonna hate it.
it's Ahsoka?
What's your guess?
Darth Maul.
yeah.
Spider Darth Maul, according to the
no,
timeline.
it's gonna be a baby Ray stand-in or whatever,
God damn it.
or Poe Dameron.
It totally
Probably
is.
will be that. And that's gonna
No.
See, now I'm upset.
Okay.
Because they
Next
gotta
was-
connect the dots.
What did you guys think of the Song of the Four Winds? So
Yeah, let's get back to that.
it's very. It
Right.
reminded me very Sailor Moon transformation, even though it was. And I love mechas. I love
Yeah.
any sort of mecha. I'm sold.
What is? Can somebody
Yeah.
help me out? I'm again, as an uncultured man myself. What the fuck?
Yeah.
does that mean?
That
what is
is a giant robot. Picture Iron Man's Hulkbuster.
Okay.
It's a robot that you sit in and pilot yourself.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was
So-
team. Mecha just means.
Mecha just means giant robots.
Oh, cool.
Essentially.
Have you ever
In
heard the
anime.
term Gundam? Is that more up your alley?
A little bit, yes. No, it's
Yeah,
not
okay.
because I don't have Gundams myself, but I too was once a child, so I know what Gundams are.
Yeah. Once. Still are.
Stellar!
This podcast talking about
Um,
You'll
cartoons.
never stop me. Once again, the animation. We should probably, because every episode's a different animation style. We should probably touch on that each one. The first one, I think that's part of my problem. Animation style is just fine for me.
I think it's really distinct.
I like
in
that
the
they
run.
take a swing.
Yeah.
I love anything that takes a swing. But this one, I was like, this reminds me of like Bee and Puppy Cat. I was just like, I love this. I don't know. I just like the vibe.
I love that how stylized Ronin is. It's like this etch mark black
Yeah.
kind of sketched look, but it's also it definitely is computer animated, so it's like this blend of 2D, 3D. This one is like anime stylized, but
Yeah.
I think it is computer animated, like CGI.
And I noticed a lot of that in this season as well, where it kind of switches between the two, like mid-episode, and we'll talk about that. There was one part where it really pissed me off, but that was actually one of my issues with season 2, because they got way too carried away with the different animations, going from anime to 3D, then to claymation, and I'm just like, this is.
Oh, and you didn't like that.
I didn't like it.
What? Just why? I'm
it just
curious.
it just got a little too carried away.
Uncultured white guy.
Uncultured white guy. Sorry, I didn't.
No, it was just too much of jumps. You feel like, and you felt like this was more uniform this season.
A little bit, yeah, which I appreciate. But also, as I'm not an anime guy myself. I'm not a manga guy. I don't.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I think the issue with season 2 was, man, and not to bash the creators, but some of the episodes,
Were ass.
specifically the one with the lollipop, it was just bad writing on top of like poorly done CGI.
That's actually the one that I'm
Or, like,
referring
pretty-
to. I saw that.
I'll say rudimentary CGI
Yeah.
when you know what the Disney machine is capable of, and perhaps it's unfair to the animation teams, but I don't know.
Well, I'll be honest. I don't think it is, because I thought I can't think of in season 3 one that was bad animation, but I can for season 2.
Yeah, for sure.
Same, for
I
sure.
agree.
All right, let's get back to season 3. I feel like I keep throwing us off. I apologize.
I don't. There's no
No, you're right.
rules. There's
No
no
rules.
No
timeline.
rules.
No laws.
Okay, but here's the thing: Song of Four Wings. There's that fun mecha transformation moment. Is this a memorable episode for you guys? Is this one that
Okay, I see. No. This
You know-
leans on the less memorable side for sure.
So,
I like the
yeah,
mecha.
It's like right in the middle for me. You know what? Where I kind of threw my arms up, where I'm like, oh, the child can use the Force. Cool. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
And you would prefer if they're just doing a side story, no Jedi.
Absolutely. Well, I mean, where have we seen this before already? Where somebody rescues a child and the child turns out to be a Force user and saves them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it
You
is
know,
very
I just-
yeah. No, good point. We want something new. Okay, next one.
Next one.
This is our second sequel,
It is.
The Ninth Child, Jedi of Hope.
yeah?
Oh, so that was episode 3. Okay, cool. Yeah.
I'll be honest. It did not occur to me that this was a
Not till
sequel.
after.
The first
No,
time
I didn't
watched it.
either.
So
Because it's been so long.
They don't which I mean, argue if it's good or bad, I think, right? Like they don't really allude to it being a sequel. You just if you know the characters, you kind of figured out. I will say the only reason I knew is because I had heard a rumor that they were trying to do a series and that they were going to make a sequel to it in the next season. So I said, "Oh, I saw that," and I thought I recognized someone, and then I went, "Okay, this must be it." And then I recognized those people.
Yeah.
So it's not.
And so refresh my memory then. Ninth Jedi was the one where they're making lightsabers in the
Correct.
secret cave, and then one of those guys is actually a Sith or something, or most of
They,
them are
they
Sith.
all ended up being
They're all Sith, and then
Sith
okay,
down the Jedi, and this was the one where like
Gotcha.
the lightsaber changes color based on you, which I actually, I actually kind of
Mm-hmm.
appreciated. I'm like, all right, I'll take that. But overall, that was
It's
like
fun.
my in season one. That was like my world building episode where I actually really appreciated the creativity here. It's not in any timeline. You've got like fun, robots drinking tea and the steam coming out of their ears, and the fights were
Yeah.
obviously really cool. And this is where like the internet just gets super annoying, where like the minute the fight happens, the first comment is accomplishing in 2 minutes what the sequels couldn't. And it's like, shut the fuck up. Anyway. Okay.
Was Ninth Child the one where at the end the ship or whatever was in the shape of a lightsaber? Though?
That is well, I think
That
I
is
think
the
Karen
one.
was the shape of a lightsaber, and I remember you called
Yeah.
it out. I went, oh, I didn't even catch that, but you did.
You're right.
The lamest thing.
Um,
I could not get over the resemblance to Chihiro from Spirited Away.
Oh.
I felt like I was really engrossed in all these episodes. I think that these just satiated like the right part of the stories. Where in season 2, I almost was like, oh, I wish we saw what was about to happen. Like I wish like we
Sure.
saw what was coming.
the Ninth Jedi sequel for me doesn't do that though. All right, I don't
Well,
know.
they're clearly
You don't
One-
like this one?
you can tell.
This one I didn't even connect that it was related to
I didn't either.
the first one,
Yeah.
and it ultimately wasn't that that interesting. She fights a couple guys and she loses and runs, and then Tetto blows up.
You
Wow.
weren't sad for Tetto?
Not sad.
I guess, but like,
Wow. Wow.
I don't know.
I'm just kidding.
I didn't know where she was coming from, and I don't know where she's going. I guess is what I'm saying.
We do know where she came from, though. You just weren't paying attention.
Yeah, okay, fine, and that's on me.
I'm just messing with you. I'm
But
messing
for
with
that,
you. I'm
me, it's
messing with you.
functionally that.
But that's the point
like-
of a whole. That's the point of these things. But I get what you're saying.
Yeah, but as a sequel, if that's the one you're gonna follow up,
You feel like they could have picked a better moment for this.
yeah, I'd rather have a sequel to the Rabbit Jedi Princess from season.
I'm not opposed to that.
The
I wasn't
furries.
close to that either, actually, and I know exactly what you're referring to when you said the rabbit Jedi girl, and I was like, damn it, I know what that is.
Yeah, I hate that I remember that. Yeah,
Me too. Anyway, so obviously they're setting this up for either a series or another episode, and again, I do appreciate there's world building in the studio that made this clearly, and I appreciate that. But the episode itself was just kind of like, all right, I'm like, I get it. She's getting confidence, learning how to use the Force, all that good stuff, and then the droid is sad and blows up, and I'm like,
I think what you're feeling, Evan, is this is Ashton's right. This is the one that's getting a series or whatever. This is.
It
this
felt
is
like
all set up.
filler episode to me.
Yeah.
a little bit.
which makes sense.
A little bit.
I concede filler episode, even though that's not the right term.
I know. Season 3 is not off to a hot start. I'm just saying.
Evan's tallying them up one by
All
one.
right, we're way done with this season. Let's how do we feel about moving to episode 4?
Let's do it. The
I don't even know
Bounty
what it is.
Hunters. It's called the Bounty Hunters. Yeah.
All right.
Before we go further, we don't necessarily have to go episode by episode. We could just hone in on the episodes we want to talk about.
It's too late.
Yeah,
Too
The
late.
train's left the station. Let's do it.
When we don't want to talk about it, we just say, well, this fucking sucks. We're not going to talk about it. So there
Yeah,
you go.
I was gonna say,
for sure.
We spent too much time on the Ninth
did.
Jedi for
We did,
our
yeah. We
reaction
did.
on it. All right, moving on to Bounty Hunters, where we're.
This
gonna
was
talk
one of
for
the
several
ones where
hours.
I kind of got partway through it, and I was like, wait a minute, I think I like this. I think there's some parts I got a little carried away, but like when the droid kept switching his personalities and having an angry face, I was like, you know what, I kind of dig it.
This is the one with the droid that looks like Emperor Zurg, right?
Yes, yeah.
I could not
does.
get over that.
Oh, that was funny. Yeah, I
Totally
But
does.
yeah.
so what is she? She's a bounty hunter. She's an assassin.
Just like a- yeah.
She's a bounty hunter.
But
She's our trusty
she's a
droid.
gunslinger for hire.
Yeah.
Our favorite sort of space cowboy drama that we loved in the beginning.
Yeah.
To me, this was quintessential. Like, this is how they should be doing like a solo movie. And if we all remember the failure that was, we brought that up way more than that movie deserves any recognition for. But like, this was exciting. It was thrilling. There was stakes. There was like double cross. Like, it was perfect. I loved all. Let me see. It was 21 minutes. Beautiful. Mwah, start to finish.
Also, like the main character isn't necessarily the good guy. She's
Right.
yeah, but you're rooting for her, which I'm like, all right, a 20-minute cartoon episode did that for me, and that's why I dug it. I was like, wait a minute, she's kind of selfish, and she clearly she kind of double crosses her droid friend, I think, too, right? And then like when she realizes these people are, need help too, kind of just like she did, or she was also kind of hell bent on revenge, right? Didn't a Jedi come in and
She got a
kill all her
code.
friends? Yeah, she had a code,
Yeah.
whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Anyway, I dug it. I was like, this one's actually a little bit dark. It's got a little bit of creativity, and I'm kind of rooting for the bad guy here. So not my favorite, but I gave that one points where I was pleasantly surprised by that one.
I think what works well in season 3 is like they know the stories that work. There's a couple tropes in Star Wars. One is like the lone samurai Ronin, essentially story.
right.
Yes.
Comes through a town that is being oppressed and helps them fight the bad guy.
Yes.
That's what I love about Ronin. That's what I love about the third sequel in this one. And then there's like sort of like the young person, role-acting hero answers the call to adventure or whatever, which is the Tatooine kids who uncover the spaceship on their parents. This one, sort of the reluctant hero.
Yeah.
And what season 3 didn't do as much that season 2 did way too much was these like philosophical musings on what the Force is that are like ultimately not that interesting.
No one knew.
And there's only one episode in 3 that does that. And I thought I'd hate it at first, but it actually kind of turned around at me, which was
Season 2 did a lot of it, if you recall. It was a lot of
Yes.
episodes. I remember season 2 being like, well, these episodes are kind of really similar. Like, you know what I mean?
yeah.
It's
I thought this was great, though. I thought, like, this is like a shining example of why this series exists.
yeah.
Animation was great. It reminded me of, like,
was
it's
fun.
not exactly, but it, like 2000 style cartoon. I loved it.
Yeah, I dug this one for sure.
I don't have a car at the moment, so I'm getting a lot of things delivered to my house. Marty has made it so easy because not only are they fast and efficient, but they're the cheapest option out there by far.
I get these matcha lattes that retail for like $45 for a 12-pack, and I've never bought it full price. I get it on Marty for $15. Marty's woman-owned, sustainable, socially conscious, and eco-friendly. What they do is they buy up surplus inventory from the top brands that you love, and they sell it to you at a lower price, so you save food waste and you save money.
That was my first question, was how do they get these things so cheap? But they have a model, and it's passing savings on to you. They got hundreds of items, fast shipping, no subscriptions needed, and you can save on all the great food that you love. We do have a discount code when you go to marty.com/two dudes watch cartoons, all one word.
TWO, dudes watch
TWO, two dudes watch cartoons, all one word. You can save $5 off your order.
Go to marty.com/two dudes watch cartoons at our link in bio, or just plug in the promo code two dudes watch cartoons. That's TWO, dudes watch cartoons. Thanks for supporting the pod. Go get yourself some delicious snacks. Alex, go figure out the car situation. I don't know what's going on.
I didn't need to with Marty.
Back to the episode.
Two dudes watch cartoons. Yeah, 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 yeah.
The next one is called Yuko's Treasure, and the name is not doing it for me. Let me.
It's the kids on Tatooine.
Oh, the
getting
one
hunted down
yeah.
by Lucario costume guy.
Oh,
I like your description.
That's for the Pokemon nerds.
I don't think I got through this one.
Oh, it was a fun
What do you
one.
mean you didn't get through it? You stopped watching?
Excuse me. First of all, I thought this was a safe place. All right.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me.
Wow.
I can go rewatch it. Just sorry.
It's fine. I really liked this one, though. What did you not like about it?
I don't know.
I like that there's no mention of the Force.
Yeah,
There's no lightsabers.
Yeah.
It's just
that's true.
This is one of those slice of life ones.
Wait,
they
that's the
picked
one
a
with, like,
corner.
the teddy bear,
so
right?
removed. Yeah.
Yeah, never mind.
Billy, is that his name?
Okay,
Billy?
all right. Okay, this one was fine. Yeah, I apologize.
Long lost parents, like there's like the
It
classic
was kind
Disney.
of Goonies. Yeah.
Yeah. This one to me, I think the best Visions episodes are the ones you could see turning into a series. And this one would be a whole lot of fun. They're about to go off into space.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, like,
They got
and
a
that's
ship.
the last couple minutes is like they set off on the adventure, and that's what happened at the end of the ninth child. And I was disappointed when like we didn't get that much more
payoff.
payoff in the follow
I
up.
really liked in this one also when we talk about like the philosophical and moral questions. I really liked that the one kid was like, no, it was Yuko the droid. I think Yuko was
No, Yuko, the kid.
Yeah, you
Oh,
could.
okay.
One of the two
What
kids.
was the droid's name? I like that the kid was like, "This droid's like my family," and the
Billy.
other kid was like, "Yeah, Billy." He was like, "This droid's my family," and the other kid's like, "It's just a droid, you idiot." Like that's really fun to me because that's the sort of things like a society with droids would like. Is this a pet? Is this a friend? Is this a parent? Or is this like an actual machine that you just travel with? It's interesting how people view these different things, and it was fun getting the perspective of children who have not really had to think about these things. It's just how they're raised.
Yeah. But I think what I enjoy about this, Ashton, is much like Andor, it picks a pocket of the Star Wars lore and universe that is so far removed that you don't think anyone would give a shit about. Like, it is so focused. It's like they're being extorted by this girl's like a local mob on Tatooine or something. Like, it's like so microscopic in the scale of everything that is Star Wars conflict.
I
That's
really
what
thought the droid Billy looked cute too.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, a teddy bear droid is not a bad idea. So yeah,
Okay, I'll give it to you.
Yeah,
I agree. I'm
this
serious.
one was great. This one really reminded me of like the whimsy and joy that Star Wars can breed. Like we love a good dark episode, but you also need the. That's the whole point of exploring a whole world is getting all of the moments. The Cassian doesn't get to see his baby, and Billy and Yuko reuniting. Like that's we need both.
I think people forget that Star Wars is inherently silly because it is, and I don't mean that in a bad way. I mean,
No.
you know how silly you have to be to think about like all the different costumes you put together for the cantina scene in A New Hope, like the very first movie. You know, like you have to be a little bit goofy, and it is goofy. Ewoks are goofy. Jawas are goofy. Like.
Yeah.
Fucking a big slug going Jabba Wonka. Like that's fucking hilarious. Okay, like Star Wars is silly. It's always like a little bit inherently goofy, and it's because there's like billions of beings in the galaxy, and not everything's gonna match like any preconceived notions we have what aliens are supposed to be like. And that's one of the magical things I fucking love about Star Wars. I don't like that I just use the word magical, but I'll find something else.
No. But Star Wars at its highs is magical, and what it is because sci-fi as a whole genre. A lot of people think of Star Wars now as sci-fi like genre, but sci-fi as a genre can be boring, tedious, very gray. And what George Lucas did is he made it fun and colorful, and there's cowboys and samurai, and it's like I don't want to say made it relatable, but he made it much more like relatable and like a dramatized version of. It's almost like an odyssey of events, and it's fun getting these little glimpses of other odysseys going on, not just the Skywalkers.
It's always been more than sci-fi. You know, I remember I was talking.
Yeah,
it is. You've never seen Star Wars, and she goes, "I don't like sci-fi," and I said, "No, that's not what I meant." Yeah,
it's not
because it isn't. It just isn't. And I'm not. Yeah. We're not here to debate the difference between sci-fi and fantasy, but I will very happily die on the hill that Star Wars is both. Anyway,
I wouldn't disagree with that. Do people disagree with that?
I actually have the hot take that like sci-fi is just a subgenre of fantasy. It's all fantasy.
I think you just pissed off a lot of super nerds with that comment.
I know. Yeah, I do. But like especially getting into D&D and DMing, the difference between like a sci-fi explanation and a fantasy explanation is like, oh, my flux capacitor allows me to go 88 miles versus like I opened a magic portal. Like it's the same. It's the same. It's just an explanation. Yeah. Sorry.
Okay.
What? You don't agree?
I don't know, but I also no.
Because it's all. Science fiction, fantasy. It's all fiction at the end of the day. So there's all. Right. It's just a reason for why something is happening outside the realm of reality.
Steampunk, where would that fall? Because it's not periodically
fantasy.
Medieval fantasy.
That's all fantasy.
Yeah,
I'm not enough nerd to know that stuff neither, but I think I know it's
steampunk is like it's like
1920s.
No,
everything's steam powered.
No, it is steampunk.
There's lots of gears.
Is steam powered, but
they
like
got
future.
Those goggles.
It's in the future.
It's leather stuff with like leather bands, but gold.
You are correct in the aesthetic,
goggles.
but steampunk, I believe, is like a futuristic vibe.
And do they play punk music?
Swirly mustaches. Imagine like a mixologist at the snootiest bar, and then give him.
I can't even.
What's
a movie? What's a movie or a TV show that's steampunk to you?
this is no one's ever seen. I haven't even seen this movie, but the Rocketeer, or have you watched Legend of Korra, Ashton?
I couldn't get through it all because it just didn't give me
Okay,
the vibe.
later seasons where they have mechas that are they have like
Steampunky.
Oh,
The city is kind of a steampunk vibe in season 1, though.
Yeah.
The town, the city that they have. It's early machinery coming to. So steampunk to me, like, can be put anywhere, but I guess it doesn't need to be in the future. But like, that's what I think of. It also could be like
it's
a
in the
fantasy.
20s.
It could be like a D&D world that is like getting technologicalized. That could be
Yeah,
steampunky too. It's all fantasy.
Okay, let's move.
very well.
You
All right.
Yuko's Treasure. So 2
Yeah.
out of 3 on this one, where 2 of us are in.
I haven't ranked them. This honestly could have been one of my favorites, though. So
Okay.
that
I
was
think
why I was
it's a standout
jarred.
for me.
Yeah.
Out of this season.
Okay.
I
but
kind of
the
want
next
to
one
take all my
is
favorites from each season and just create kind of like one ultimate season, to be honest, because like there
A
were some-
playlist. Yeah.
yeah
playlist.
yeah.
That's
I'll let you
since they're
through.
giving
I
us so
can
many
see more.
seasons, we can do that.
We can do that.
So the next one is our third and final follow-up episode of this season, which is The Lost Ones, and which follows the events of the Village Bride. She rescues 2 refugees. They take shelter on a big refugee ship, and then that ship is held up by the
I'm
Empire.
really blanking on the one that this was based on. What was the Village Bride about?
Now,
Okay,
I
let me
totally
read you the synopsis of the one it follows.
Okay.
So, Village Bride. On a remote planet, an explorer named Valko explains to his guest, a former Jedi, the connection of villagers to the planet's environment. The village chief's granddaughter, Haru, and her fiance, Asu, have a wedding, but
Yeah.
the next day she must surrender herself as collateral to a group of bandit
Yes.
raiders. Okay, so there's like a what? Okay.
I remember that one now. That one was good.
But this one,
Better
so
than
they
Eat
get
One.
held up by the Empire. She has to make the sacrifice to go turn herself in, and she encounters her former Jedi Master, who's now a Sith, who she thought died.
This one visually was really good towards the end.
Oh yeah,
Visually, I was like, "Oh yeah, this one's sick."
I did like that's the one where like she kind of ends up in this like arena
The dome.
almost with like her,
Yeah.
her
The dome.
sick.
master
Yeah.
or whatever it is, and they fight it
Yeah.
out. I was like, okay, yeah. It was middle for me. It was the middle ground for me on that one. Yeah,
Wow.
yeah.
Really making cases for me, guys.
Yeah, yeah. Evan's case is getting
Robert.
stronger and stronger. I thought this one was awesome. Specifically the ending, though. I feel like once
Yeah.
they get to the dome and the fight and the former master and all that, I was like locked and loaded. I was like,
Yeah.
this is the sort of what I'm saying is like, Evan, I think you nailed the 3 sort of scenarios. I was like, this is the sort of samurai duel I fucking come to. Let's do it.
Yeah,
I think I should give that one another watch too. I'm gonna do what was it, 5 and 6?
It's a good one.
Yuko's Treasure. And what was this one called?
Lost ones.
Lost
Ones.
Okay, I'll give them both another try.
Yeah. Okay. I'm confused by her name being F. I want to watch them both back and forth to figure that out. Though.
Is it
I don't know that
F
there's
or
an
is it EF?
explanation.
like?
Well, no, it is
It's just
literally
the
the
letter.
letter F.
Dumb. I don't like
It's
that.
pissing me off because I feel like we should know. I feel like if we're seeing it on Wikipedia, there's a reason and like a lore, and we are totally like maybe if they're just brides to sell, maybe she was bride F. I'm gonna watch them both. I'm gonna go back and do the Village Bride. I'm gonna figure that out because this.
Yeah.
I thought this one was very visually compelling, story compelling. I was into this one.
This one felt like an actual
Star Wars movie.
continuation. We learned a little bit more about this character and her past,
And there was a climax.
and it moves forward. Yeah,
Yeah.
it moved forward. Like the
True.
Teto Ninth Child one, whatever it's called, didn't do that for me.
And she's like smuggling people to safety, right? Like, yeah, this
Yeah,
one
yeah.
was good.
All right, next one up is the Smuggler.
Smuggler.
This was my all right. This is my favorite one.
This is your favorite one.
Oh, Okay, wait, let
Tell
me
me
pull it
about
up
it.
again.
Even though there's a part in it that like really pissed me off. But yeah, this ended up. This is one of the ones where I thought I like the world building, and then I paused and I was like, wait, I think I dig this too, and I actually really appreciated it. I like that episode a lot.
Desperate for a quick payday, a smuggler takes a job to rescue a fugitive from the Empire. Yeah, this one was good.
I liked it. I think I like that this random bounty hunter shows up who's got like this interesting design. You don't know anything about him, but he's clearly a bad guy. And like there's no major connection. So again, it's somebody who took a sliver of the Star Wars world and made something. I appreciate that this is one of those like Jedi reveals that didn't piss me off. Like, she's got a mechanical arm and pulls out the lightsaber hilt from it. I was like, okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I dig
Really
that.
hidden.
Yeah,
Yeah.
really hidden. And she where she swore to protect the child. So I appreciated that. I appreciated the animation. The part that pissed me off is obviously this kid is highly wanted, super valuable. Why does he keep putting himself in harm's way and ruining it for everyone?
Children, man.
I have
You're
to
not.
think
You
about
just. That's how kids are.
You know what I'm thinking of right now? I'm thinking of the way Evan was always making fun of The Walking Dead, going, Coral!
That's Carl.
Get back in
I'm
the
actually Coral.
Is that show still going?
No, it's
I bet
ended.
No, there's all these apparently
There's spin-offs. There's a bunch of spin-offs.
The
I actually
spin-offs
just
are
learned
actually
all
what make
about
all the
this.
money for AMC
Walking
right now.
Dead, The
There's a
Grateful
Walking Dead
Dead.
universe. There's the
Yeah.
There is
there's
a
the-
TWD universe, and I truly hate it. I think it's the worst.
There's a
thing in the world.
Daryl show. There's a
There is a
Rick and
Daryl show.
Michonne show.
Remember when those iPhone motion comics apps
Yeah.
got popular? There's
Telltale,
some
and they
Walking
just made
Dead
a
ones,
wait.
Telltale,
Hold on,
and
guys.
then
wait.
Batman ones.
Hold
stop,
up.
Stop. Telltale just
yeah.
made the game of the year. You haven't heard this?
Did
It's
they?
called
No.
Dispatch. It's
Okay.
a choice-based decision game where your decisions impact the story, and then there's some video game gameplay. But you are a superhero dispatcher, and you have to send superheroes out to missions that match the correct skills. It is amazing. Yeah, and so this is the studio that used to make the Walking Dead Telltale games. A bunch of them, when the studio went under, left and made this game here in collaboration with Critical Role.
And I
D&D podcast.
personally hate The Walking Dead, but that Walking Dead Telltale series, the whole damn series, is some of the best damn video game writing I've ever seen. Awesome.
Exactly. Yes.
Maybe not so much
Here I
season
was
3,
just
but
bringing it up to shit on.
I knew you were trying. I knew you were trying to shit on it, and I wasn't going to let you because they're legendary. Those games.
they are. Those games are. I will say there's some that are kind of like duds. I think there's a Jurassic Park one that's a bit of a dud to me.
I'm specifically talking Walking Dead. The rest of them flopped. The rest of them flopped hard.
There's a Game of Thrones one, and I watched some.
And it was so bad.
It's so bad. There's somebody who does a whole
I played
playthrough of it, and I'm like, every single decision, you're fucked. And I was like, nothing good happens.
not-
You
yeah,
all
it's not
die
good.
no matter what, and you die brutally. It's so bad.
The Walking Dead one was really compelling.
What did one was really good. Anyway, I got us off on the rails. So the Smuggler, I really appreciated. It fit somewhere in the Star Wars universe, and it was still a little bit different, and the animation was fun. So I dug it. I
Grandma
liked it.
Jedi was cool.
Grandma Jedi was cool.
Grandma
She
Jedi was cool.
swears
Bounty
the kid
Hunter
to
was
secrecy at the end. Yeah.
Yeah.
It was fun.
It
It was
sounds
fun.
like they're going to go join the rebellion, I think. They said something about going to Yavin.
It sounded Han. She was
They
very
end
Han
up on
Solo.
Yavin, right?
Yeah, I think they ended up on Yavin. Yeah.
She had some Han Solo in her. I
Little
really
Han
enjoyed
Solo
that.
energy. Yeah. Where she's like, she's literally just trying to make enough money to fucking leave, and her co-pilot bails on her, and she's like, well, fuck. You know?
Well, fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. I remember hearing her say that. She goes, well, fuck.
on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
So this one is followed by probably my least. I have mixed feelings about the next episode.
Oh, what
The
is
Birds
wrong
of
with
Paradise.
everyone? Okay,
And I turned- and I'll
think
tell
I
you.
didn't like this one either, but I need someone to refresh my memory as to what it was.
this one was beautiful. You said
This one did turn around for me. So this girl, she's brash, she's young, she's fighting a Sith. She gets blinded,
I hated
and
this
then
one.
she.
Sorry,
That's where I was.
Savages. Okay. Okay.
And a bunch of
So I think-
kids doing dumb kid shit. It's like, listen to your fucking adults, asshole. Otherwise, bad things.
Ashton O'Malley, you're telling me you were never a kid who literally didn't want to not do anything your parents ever said? You never rebelled against the machine or the system, or you can't tell me what to do? You're telling me that never as an adolescent you said, fuck you, mom, I'm doing this anyways, and broke your arm or any shit like that. That never happened? I would love for you to tell me the world right now.
Perhaps that did happen, yes.
But no, I feel you, Ashton, because that's.
All right.
I'm still on the fence about it because this is like the thing that I dislike in Star Wars Vision Season 2 is like these long rambling fucking musings on the Force, and this felt like so much of that. It so hits you over the head on the meanings of it. But what I think they get to at the end is actually like a pretty earnest reflection of like ego
Yeah.
and death, and like they actually get to that nugget at the end, it's just very heavy-handed.
Does take
throughout
20
the whole
minutes.
thing.
And so I will say I'm being a bit high horsey. I did not like this one at first. I was very much like, what's going on here? And then by the end, I was like, oh my God, this is kind of beautiful. I was very won over. The animation itself was great start to finish, but the story I was very by the end, I think Evan nailed it though. It is a very earnest look at like self-reflection and ego and like why you do what you do and why you are training and Jedi. I just thought it was great. But yeah, maybe it was a bit long and heavy-handed because I agree. I wasn't into it at first, but I was moved.
I actually wasn't a fan of the animation on this one, if nothing
That's
else.
fair.
You know, not so much
Yeah.
the story. This one, when I saw again like the digital 3D fighting, I kind of judged it right away and just kind of
I get that. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
just
fair.
thought her being blind, they did these crazy visuals of her trying to see things. Her wandering around the forest, that was I didn't really love any of that. stuff.
It takes
Yeah.
a while to get there, and it's like,
meanders. Yeah.
is she fighting her own inner demon as a reflection of herself? Is that
Yes.
what we're doing here?
Yes.
But if you stick with it,
yeah.
I would say it is one of the better musings of the
Sure.
Force that this series has
And-
produced.
And you know, if we had a lot of these type of episodes, I probably wouldn't like it as much either.
Yeah, that's fair.
I just
But-
don't think really stuck the landing. And what I guess what I want to say here is I really feel like since the Bounty Hunter, I was like locked and loaded on this season. Does that make sense? So like I was like, here's the eventual slump, and then by the end of it, I even was like, no, I'm changed. Like
that was
you know,
my
yeah.
experience with it as well. So that brings us to
The last one,
the
Black.
last one. It's
Yeah.
just called Black. How would you describe this? What happens in this episode, Alex?
I would call this animation jazz music. I'll be honest, I hated it at first. I thought it
Okay.
I really hated it. I was waiting for more, expecting something different. I thought it was a terrible choice to end on. I think it is a horrible, horrible, horrible last episode. I will say I forced myself to rewatch it because I was like, I literally told myself, I don't think that was nearly as bad as I'm judging it. and I did like it more on rewatch. It's definitely not
Okay.
my favorite, but it was better on a rewatch. The
Ashton, where's the
animation was
line with you?
beautiful.
Yeah, animation was cool. I too was left wanting more because I read the description and I love that concept. It's like, wait, we're
Yeah.
in a stormtrooper. It's going to be some fucked up stuff. Let's get into it. But there's some times where I'm just kind of like, again, I'm sitting here like waiting for something to happen. And when it didn't, I was kind of left with,
More
But
wanting.
the overall concept is that I can use this word. It's kind of it's bold. It's actually pretty bold. You know, we were talking about
Yeah.
Star Wars and we're talking about a cartoon here, and it's like I'm literally going to create like a 15-minute, symbolic painting of somebody who's seen way too much like war in the Star Wars universe, and like respect to that. I would not have ended with it, but
Yeah.
it's kind of cool. It's also a little acid trippy.
Avant-garde.
Not that I've
And very acid trippy.
Yeah. Wait, I'm surprised. This is top tier episode for me. This is an all timer.
This is
like-
what's so interesting to me about Visions, though, is we have 3 different sections of opinions on almost all of these episodes.
Yeah.
And we're on top right now.
That's art.
See, look how cultured we are at the end of this. Our podcast idea won't work. But,
We're cultured now. Woo!
what I found
Um,
from this one though is that you can say that maybe most of the episodes in this season are safe, which might be a fair argument. But I think overall there's no duds in this series, like straight duds. There's straight duds in season 2, which is why I'm comfortable leaving season 2 at the bottom. And
I concur.
I'm still torn between where I put 3 versus 1, but 2 is still at the bottom 3 because there were duds in there.
Yeah.
It's like-
What did you, Evan? This one you really liked. Did you like it right away, or did you need to rewatch it?
No, I liked it right away. And I even like the way I interpreted it without like reading it is like this is a guy's either he's having like a hallucination or whatever. His life is flashing before his eyes.
Yeah.
He's being haunted by these visions as he's dying in the fucking throes of war.
Right.
And he's just seeing all this horrific shit that goes by. It's like
Yeah.
and it's visually trippy.
Yeah.
There's no dialogue or anything.
No dialogue.
It is a bunch of jazz
And
music
that,
in the background. There.
that really threw me off, I think, the first time. And I think once you
Yeah.
know it's no dialogue, I was much more into it that time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And-
again, you're kind of sitting there wondering what's going to happen if something's going to happen. You're just kind of anticipating, and therefore
You got to put your phone down.
you're not like in
Yeah,
the
it's
moment,
just- yeah.
enjoying it. You know, so
It's
Yeah.
just it's a trip.
it's a
Yeah.
trip.
And man, like this to me is the best episode of the season.
Wow.
I would take more stuff like this over.
Sure. I love when they take swings. So I'm not
Yeah,
here
this
to be
one-
like, no, less of this. No,
Like-
I
like
love
the-
it.
Season 3 for me is like all good. Boom, this episode.
Whoa.
Where season 2 is like,
Yeah.
you know, it's like up and down and whatever. But like everything else, they cut the fat. They learn from season 2. They know people just like the Ronin stories. They do
Yeah.
less of the force reflex and shit.
Yeah.
And then they have this one very avant-garde one.
Yeah.
But for that reason, it's like season 3 didn't do as much for me. Like I did, it was just like,
I see what you're saying.
okay, these are great stories.
Yeah.
They're
See,
all
I
pretty
view
good.
actually the whole catalog, and this is probably why I don't like the continuations. I view it all as like a collection. I wish it was like 27 unique entries in the Star Wars universe,
Yeah.
because like then for me there's room for black. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like I guess, and we are here to judge and talk about the season, so I'm not like you can't just judge the season as a whole. I really like looking at the whole work of art, though, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I agree, which
Where
is why
they
I
come
really-
from season 1. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I really want to make a playlist now. Like I really do. I want to
Yeah.
take my favorites from 1, 2, and 3, and there's definitely gems in there. I'm still just,
Yeah.
you know, again, I think it's like such a cool concept to be like, you have free reign in this sandbox. You know, go do whatever you
Yeah.
want, which is great. But that it makes it that much more disappointing when people don't adhere to that. Where it's like, what are
Yeah.
you fighting? Stormtroopers. You sure? Yep, stormtroopers. I'm like,
And that's
Yeah.
why give me
Well,
one from the
you know-
perspective of a stormtrooper.
Which is-
that's
that's
fun.
fine,
If you
but,
want to
like,
tell
yeah.
this, if you want to tell this story, give me a stormtrooper that is facing down a
Yeah.
famous Jedi. That'd
Sure.
be
Yeah.
interesting.
that
Yeah.
would be cool. I'd like that. Or remember season 2 Screecher's Reach? You know,
Yeah.
what
That's
what
the
was
one
that
where the
about?
girl
What's
gets
that?
taken.
Yeah, we don't know who she
She
gets
gets-
taken by at the end. You don't know if it's a Jedi.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah. That one was
That one was.
And I loved it
fascinating.
specifically
But
for
that
that.
season. Oh, man,
That was good.
Season 2 has some high highs.
It did. That was a high.
A lot of
Screecher's
low
Reach was
lows.
high.
Yeah.
a lot of claymation. You know what? Okay,
Screecher's Reach, like those are good. Like those are Star Wars. That's cool.
yeah, we're talking about
Mm-hmm.
playlist making. I don't think they should have put Birds of Paradise and Black next to each other, and I don't think they should have ended with Black.
Fair.
Is that
I'll
what that
take
episode was called? Black.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. We can do some wrap up thoughts, but I think maybe a good culmination of this idea of the anthology or
Mm-hmm.
the playlist is what would you put on the Mount Rushmore of Star Wars visions? Four individual stories.
Or
individual
stories.
episodes.
I think I just need to I'm like pulling on my iPad here to make sure I can look at all the day.
For sure.
Um,
Yeah. And I don't and you know, it's been a while since we've watched all these, so like don't
Going
you
off
know,
vibes.
it's not written in stone. You know, but if when you give it a quick glance, you know,
Yeah.
what would you put?
So I think I'll just start this off here. It's hard because I kind of want to put the duel in there, but I'm not. It's not in there for me.
Sure.
So ninth,
If you want more time, I'll okay.
the
go ahead.
first Ninth Jedi one for sure. That's a pretty easy
Okay.
one to me. The first Ninth Jedi one, and then just on my wiki here, doing my season 2, Screecher's Reach, definitely. I think. You know what? Fuck it. I'm putting Spy Dancer in there too.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
Hell
my
yeah.
that's my number 3, and then as far as number 4 goes, I think I'm gonna put the Smuggler in there. But then it's hard because I do want to put the duel somewhere in there.
That's 4. You're done.
Or I'm.
That's fun.
You're absolutely right. I'm
Evan,
you go.
what do you got?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go Screecher's Reach.
Mhm.
I will go Black,
Ooh.
Spy Dancer,
Nice. Yeah,
and
we got 2 of the same ones, brother. Look at that.
this is maybe an odd one, but T Obi-Wan. I think that was a season. one.
EOB. Yeah,
And this is
that's right.
this is
EOB.
just
OB1.
that's like my answer the call to adventure one that I love. It's the little bot
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what he's
that
talking about.
becomes a Jedi, and that's a I haven't. There's probably a bunch that I'm not thinking of, but
Just off the
off
dome.
vibes.
Those were,
yeah, off the
okay.
dome.
I'm gonna go old school with the twins, Neil Patrick Harris and Allison Brie.
Okay.
Yeah. I just remember I was very like, oh my God, what are we doing here? I love this. I am gonna also go with Screecher's Reach.
Nice.
That feels good to me. I am gonna go. This is probably another crazy one. I'm gonna go Yuko's Treasure. I was obsessed with that one. I'm sorry,
All right.
guys.
I'm not mad. I'm
Yeah,
not.
And then I am gonna do it. I'm gonna do the first, the duel, the first one.
the first duel. Cool.
No spy dancer in there though.
Spy Dancer's up there for sure. You guys both did it, so I kind of was trying to
for
spread
sure.
mine too.
For sure.
Yeah, it's funny. I'm actually
I'm
I'm,
just-
scrolling through like the whole season look right now. Evan's correct about season 2, where it's like there's just dozens of
Creatures Reach.
high highs are there. Like
Yeah.
The high highs
Spy
and the
Dancer
low lows.
is incredible.
Like, two
Spy
of them, like-
Dancer is the equivalent of I mean not the equivalent, but it is
I know what
like
you're
it is the
It's
You
got
want an
Andor
Andor
of
style
these type
show.
stories.
well,
Yeah,
but then
yeah,
followed up
yeah.
quickly by the Bandits of Golak. All right.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
like
yeah.
it's like going from Andor season 2 to fucking Dave Filoni doing whatever the fuck he wants. And
You
I
know
don't
what?
wanna-
Even in season 2, I was high roading you, Evan, or Ashton,
Yeah.
excuse me. There was
Yeah.
a kid in season 2 that I think I was like, "What are you doing, you stupid kid?"
No, that
So
was
I,
it's definitely Bandits of Golak because it's like, hey,
the one using
someone
the
knows
Force
how to use the
on the
Force.
train
It's
with
like-
the Inquisitor.
yeah. I think I was like, "Oh no, oh no!" I think it was actually even the one with the two sisters in
I
the
think it was
stars
that one
is the
too,
one.
where
Is
the
the one
kid
I'm
just
thinking.
kept, the kid was like trying to fight, and it's like, stop doing that.
Stop doing that. Stop doing that. Yeah, Bandits of Golak. Yeah. Oh,
That was so bad, dude. So bad.
crazy. No, but I think, and you know what, and I'm not saying this is a good or a bad thing. I think you guys have accurately nailed that 3 was much more steady Ed.
Yeah, it
I
was
feel like there was no bad episodes, but maybe there weren't as
At a
many
high bar, though. At a high bar.
highlights compared
Yeah.
to the other seasons. But
Yeah.
I'll be honest, if they're gonna do a longevity, I'm okay with that. I don't need high highs every single season. I watched it start to finish almost. Like I think I did it in 2 or 3 sittings. Like I was really enthralled when I don't want to say I was dreading it. It just like felt like it was going to be a chore beforehand.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. And I think that's perhaps the magic of
That's the
something like a Star Wars Vision and an anthology series is you're going to have
Yeah.
a varied level of enjoyment throughout.
Yeah.
Season 3 was very consistent. And it
I
was
really
fun.
loved just us 3 having such different opinions on every single episode this season.
why we
That
did
was
that.
interesting to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I thought we would be a little more in sync, but we were really all over the place.
I think
yeah,
I
we all
got
have to go
rewatch.
back and watch episodes though. Yeah, we're all gonna go back and rewatch some. I literally am after this. I wanted to ask one thing, and I'm sure we've actually talked about this in the 4 years we've been doing this. What other property would you want to see like a Visions? Like, what do you think? Who would benefit from this sort of giving it to a studio, letting them do whatever kind of story they want? Is there any sort
know
of
what's
IP
funny?
you're itching?
It's actually hard because one of the things, and I remember I said this in, I think the first time we started, the first time you guys brought me on, something that makes Star Wars very special, right? Star Wars isn't based on like a trilogy of books where there is this core lore that you have to follow.
Adhere to. Yeah.
Adhere to. You're absolutely, that's exactly what it is. Whereas something like Lord of the Rings, which is a vast universe still, there is a core that you have to come back to every time. So like you actually can't do like you can't do it the same. That was my first thought. So maybe you could do a Lord of the Rings, but it's not like that. Star Wars was never like that. Star Wars was never look, here's a book on Elvish, and all these languages. Like, no, there's a fucking trillion languages. That's the whole point. Or
Yeah.
sometimes you see them like they're playing a game or they're having a conversation or they're eating or drinking something. You have no fucking idea what any of those things are in Star Wars. None of them. Whereas in Lord of the Rings, you do, because that's like how that is. Do you guys like get what I'm saying a little bit?
Yeah.
It's like
Yeah.
that's like one of the things that makes Star Wars special is the vastness of it. So like to try to basically like, you have a Lord of the Rings map, for instance, right? Like you got a map of Middle Earth, which is so cool. That is for Lord of the Rings. You try to make a Star Wars galactic map, which Dave Filoni and that whole team is doing. It condenses it, and that's not that loses part of the magic for Star Wars. That's not what it's about. So
That's fair.
that's
Yeah.
my long-winded way of saying I would choose Lord of the Rings, but you can't, and I don't know what. I actually don't know what would benefit from a Visions. Maybe I don't know. Maybe Mass Effect, because Mass Effect for me is like the one sci-fi
video
story that I would
game.
actually
That's
put up
video
against Star Wars.
game.
I'd fucking Mass Effect 2 is probably my favorite game of all time, and I would probably maybe think about that. Yeah, Mass Effect's
That's
pretty
great.
fucking cool.
That opens up a whole new.
Yeah.
I think that my initial temptation is to say like a Game of Thrones or
I thought about
Harry
Game of
Potter.
Thrones. And they-
I wouldn't care as much about Harry Potter or Game of Thrones, but like those would be the next
I do
likely
think a Harry
candidates.
Potter one could be
Actually,
done
yeah,
well.
I think a Harry Potter one could. I would say Harry Potter
Yeah.
one. Honestly.
There's other schools they haven't looked at. Yeah, there's all sorts
Yeah.
of stuff.
To that end, there is actually I haven't watched it in a long time, but there was a great anthology of animated shorts called Animatrix about the Matrix world.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's actually a pretty decent collection of animated shorts that like followed up Batman Begins. Granted, it's all around Batman, but so that like that part's not as open ended. But yeah, I don't know what.
It's hard. It's hard to think
It's
what.
a head
Yeah.
scratcher for sure. Yeah.
What's like?
What about you, Alex?
Yeah, I feel like
I
you
think
got
Harry
one.
Potter, it would be well done. It's easy to say like, oh, it would be fun if like a DC or a Marvel did something like this, but they just never would, or they wouldn't license out the characters, or like it would be a weird deal. It wouldn't be like the way Visions has done it, where we know the Jedi, the Sith, the Empire, the Rebellion, like these characters that aren't like licensed characters. So I actually think Lord of the Rings is a good one, and one that came to mind that they maybe might do something like this already is The Witcher on Netflix. I feel like The Witcher has a really prime universe to just be telling random stories around the world.
I feel like I'm told I would like The Witcher. I haven't seen it.
Oh, I do think you would like it. Yeah. It's on Netflix. Yeah, I actually think you would like it a lot.
Well, Netflix owns everything now, right? So I might as well.
Wow, we haven't even talked about the news. Do we have any time to talk about Netflix owns everything now?
Can of worms. Before we do that, or before we wrap up, I would like to make
let's.
a proposal actually, if you guys would be interested. But I've been seeing just a little more discourse on the internet recently. Kids are starting to bring back the Clone Wars 2D series from Gendy Tarkovsky. Would you guys would like to do an episode on that?
Yeah. How many episodes is it?
It's like
a couple
5
shorts?
It's 2 seasons. It's 2 seasons. The first season they're only 7-minute episodes, and then they doubled that for season 2.
The Clone Wars?
Yep, the Clone Wars 2D one.
The one that was on. Oh wait, no, the one that was on Cartoon Network.
The one that was on Cartoon Network.
Before
Yeah, it'd definitely be interesting. I've been meaning. I like I said, I feel like I've only seen episodes. I don't think I've seen like watched it through.
Now, remember, this is before the acquisition, so this is actually part of what was. I feel like I'm beating a dead horse in this, so I apologize. But it's like there was an established Clone Wars multimedia project where through like 3 or 4 different mediums they were going to tell the story of the Clone Wars. There was the series, there was the books, there was the comics, and then there were a couple of video games, and they all actually coincided with one another for the most part. There was there's obviously
Ambitious.
there's definitely
but
pretty fun Flash game on CartoonNetwork.com. Where you can play with lightsabers.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
this was like the original telling of the Clone Wars, like leading into Revenge of the Sith. So it would be interesting to watch. We would probably piss off a lot of Dave Filoni fanboys, to which I would have endless enjoyment.
Nothing makes me happier. You know what? Part of the magic of Visions is not every time, but this season in particular really left me being like, I need to go watch something Star Wars. I really want to, like, I was like, let me go take a quiz. What's my lightsaber color? I was really in like on the whole Star Wars thing. In yellow. Oh, thank you. I didn't see that for me. Okay. Yeah, we could do closing thoughts. We don't need to talk about Netflix and Warner Brothers. It's only the biggest shakeup in media of all time. We don't need to discuss it. Everyone's beating a dead horse.
Over.
Yeah. First, Netflix took out Blockbuster, and now they're just going to take out the movie theater. They're going straight for the source. Look, of the options that we're going to buy Warner Brothers, I actually think this is maybe the best one. That's what I'll say on it. None
Save
of the
me
options
Disney
were
Plus, or save me Disney. You're our only hope.
Let's just do closing thoughts. I don't know. There's not going to be any letterboxes here. So, season as a whole, series as a whole, whatever you want to give. You want to go first, Evan? Freestyle.
I think I've shared my perspectives. Season 3, stellar entry, right? Consistent, doesn't falter at all. There's one really bright spot for me, but I think as we've sort of discussed, like that is the beauty of an anthology, of this format. I love it. It gives you so many different flavors of Star Wars in like a couple sittings, and you don't have to slog through a season of a show you don't like Acolyte or Clone Wars. Like just to get your fucking, we're all fiending for Star Wars.
We are,
and we just give us
something good.
Give us the part we want, which is the Ronin roaming into a town with a bunch of bad guys and slashing their way through.
I want samurai versus cowboy. Give me samurai versus cowboy.
In little microdoses, and that's like a very, for me, sustainable way as like a casual Star Wars fan to like continue enjoying Star Wars without having to rewatch movies that are hit or miss in the prequel and sequel trilogies. So yeah, I love this format. Even though the quality may vary between episodes or seasons, I love all the variety it gives us.
Ashton, you want to go or you want me to go?
Sure. No, I can go next because I feel very similar to Evan. It's very consistent. It's very safe. I dig it because I don't know. I just feel like sometimes when you're doing something different for the sake of being different, but you're not actually being thoughtful, that is where I viewed some of the duds in season 2. So that's why I like season 3 better. But the thing is, two things can be true, right? Where it's like, to Evan's point, they trimmed the fat from season 2. They learned their lesson. There's still room to take swings. You can still take swings. Okay, just I would look forward to what potentially some of these studios can do next. The stakes are low. That's actually what I like about it. It's just because these are quick 15-minute stories, low stakes. Go have fun. Go jump in. There's nothing groundbreaking. None of you who are arguing about what's canon versus not canon, that conversation isn't necessary here. So go on YouTube and say that shit. It's just fun. And sometimes there's like a really good gem and a really cool idea that somebody did, and it's like, I like that.
Well said, both of you. I think you guys nailed kind of what I'm getting at. For the series as a whole, this might be my favorite Star Wars project. I don't even want to be hyperbolic, but I'm obsessed with this, especially after this last season. It has just reignited, like, this is what art is about. This is what storytelling is about. This is what animation is about. Like, this is such a monument to so many joys in Star Wars and animation and different storytelling techniques around the world. I think that season 3 for me, sorry, Evan, it's still my favorite, but it was more so about how it made me feel. It really reinvigorated me on Star Wars. And maybe that's why I'm sitting here being like, Obi-Wan was good. And because, like, I just feel like I have like such a hard on for Star Wars at the moment, and that is solely because of season 3 of Star Wars Visions. And
I'll take it.
If it can make me feel that off of just 9, 15, 20-minute episodes, there is so much more, 100 more seasons of this, and I genuinely don't think I'll get tired. My note is I do think while the sequel episodes were all good, I don't want more sequel episodes, actually. Yeah. I want new ones.
Yeah.
I can agree with that too.
That is my one critique. I wasn't sitting there like, these are bad. I hate sequels. They were good episodes. I can't sit here in front. I just don't. Yeah. I don't need that for like the integrity of the series. For what I want new stories. I want,
or leave it alone and branch it off and like do the series. Like shit or get off the pot.
Shit or get off the pot. Don't waste my time here. Go do it elsewhere.
Somebody seriously like get, whether it's Visions or otherwise, or another animated series or another live action, somebody grow a pair of balls and get a writer who actually gives a shit, like Tony Gilroy or something like that, and wants to come in and say, hey, I love Star Wars at its core. I love everything about Star Wars. I'm going to tell a story that nobody has told yet. And it has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with Kevin Feige or Kathleen Kennedy, none of them. Somebody go find that person. Actually, we had that person. It was Ryan Johnson, but the internet screwed that up. So whatever.
My God. Yeah. And look at him now. He's like
not to be a stickler, but isn't Tony Gilroy like notoriously not like a big Star Wars lore?
Well, here's the thing. He that's actually, I think, one of the biggest reasons that it was such a big deal. He likes Star Wars, but like he's not like up to date. And when he was asked in season 1 about the Easter eggs that were planted in Luthen's antique shop, where they go, you snuck these things in from the prequels and like some Easter eggs from some of the games. Did you know that? He goes, huh? Oh, prop team was
all set designers. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sure. And he goes, cool. Like, that's fine. Or when somebody said, how come you didn't have a Jyn Erso cameo? And his response is perfect. He goes, that would be so incredibly lame. Like, fuck would be.
Here's my pitch.
Opinionated. Yeah.
Here's my pitch. Awesome. Now that they're done and they have free time, let the Duffer Brothers make a Star Wars movie.
But who?
The Duffer Brothers.
Their nostalgia-laced series. You think that'll be good? That's exactly what
Star Wars is a nostalgia-based property. Don't get me mad here. Let them work.
Who the fuck are the Duffer Brothers? Somebody help me out.
They Stranger Things.
Well, those.
But we're saying that's the things we don't love about Star Wars flagship.
Those two guys that were writers on Game of Thrones were slated to write a series and then had to drop for the last 2 seasons that were a disaster of Game of Thrones, I think.
That's why they left? That's a shame.
I don't nobody quote me on that. I think that's what happened. I also know that there was an original script for Obi-Wan that got scrapped because it was too dark. But somebody grow a pair of balls. Seriously. Yeah.
Well, I just feel like in an extended universe, you should have some projects that are dark and some that are not. Like, that's how I feel.
because again, we just talked about that when we were talking about Visions, right? Full circle moment right here. There's these dark episodes, and there's times where it's goofy as fuck, because that is what. That's like one of the things I love about Andor. There's parts of Andor that are goofy as fuck. The part where the two aliens capture them on Arcana 5, and they're speaking a mixture of alien dialect and broken English. That's awesome. I fucking love that part. Yeah. I'm sorry, but I was going somewhere with that and I forgot it. Anyway, I'm going to say it again. Somebody grow a pair of balls. Somebody get like a Ryan Johnson or a Tony Gilroy back in the seat of a Star Wars project. If for nothing else, if you don't want to do that, then just don't make anything, because I'm actually very satisfied with what we have right now. I'm good. I'm good. I don't need a Mandalorian season 4. I don't need Ahsoka season 2. What else were they talking about?
What about Starfighter? You excited for Starfighter?
Who the fuck greenlit Starfighter? Who the fuck cares? Are you kidding me? Yeah,
Sean Levy's boss after Deadpool 3. Ryan Reynolds.
No,
Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ryan Gosling.
Yeah, it's with Ryan Gosling though.
Yeah, it's Ryan Gosling. Yeah, so we got Starfighter. And then there was supposed to be a new Jedi Order movie with a continuation of Rey. That would have been great. I kind of dug this whole Hunt for Ben Solo idea, even though I'm not a huge fan of like the world between worlds kind of thing, but it sounds like it was going to go in that direction. That would have been cool. But again, let's just...
I don't know what that...
I
did not watch the series.
No, guys, go Google Hunt for Ben Solo. Like, there's rumors that came out that said there was a series that was proposed.
There was a thing they writ and then they scrapped it. I saw
that got scrapped. And there's all these rumors coming out about the guy who's doing the new series coming in. And again, we could talk about this for hours. It's just so much of it is based on.
We've done our duty here.
Yeah.
The Star Wars universe is vast. In a galaxy far, far away. We will stick to here.
We'll reconvene at another time for Star Wars Clone Wars.
Fuck yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I'm fired up. I'm assuming it's on Disney Plus.
It is. Yeah. It's something called the 2D micro series. You'll find it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right. I will have to check it out then. All right. This is
Thanks
fun. This was a good time. No. Thank you for coming, Ashton. As always,
appreciate y'all.
You are our resident Star Wars nerd. And you know what? I don't even think we debated any canon this time. I think we were all good. What's canon? What's not canon?
Being really good this time.
We kept it. No, it's me too. I love knowing what's canon and not canon, and I know that's Star Wars' biggest downfall as a conversation. So
that's what happens when you cover like 30 different entities for like 100 different stories, and it's like, oh, there's no cohesion here. Like,
there's all these books, and there's no cohesion. That's crazy.
Yeah.
No, this was fun. This was good. This was a good time.
Happy holidays to you both. Much love to your families, and hopefully talk to you soon.
Yeah.
I hope I'll wrap us up then. Do I do that? Yeah, that's me. Yeah. If you love this podcast and you want to listen to more, we have a huge backlog that you could listen to on Apple, Spotify, and on YouTube. Make sure you follow, subscribe wherever you're listening, and hit the like and all that good stuff. Then thanks for being here, as always.
That'll do it for this episode of Two Dudes Watch Cartoons. We will catch you next time. I forgot to kill the music.
Oh.
Two dudes watch cartoons.
Slow with it.
Out of practice.